And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday Night Action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. Short a rotation player. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
And with that rotation not at full strength, someone else is going to have to step up and fill that role.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. They've got Castle. Tari Easton is out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Gillingham, and it's Wagner in at the center position. And for the Rockets, Williams is out there with Alperen Sengun. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Green, and it's Kuminga in at the small forward position. Early on, Greg, the potential landscape of the NBA very much open-ended.
An early win streak could really boost the team's outlook, kind of define their direction. So I expect to see them keep the intensity up. So we should be in for a fun one.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ballgame. Halliburton kicks to Kuminga. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Castle, headed by Green, McDaniels, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Houston moving the ball around. Kuminga, no good. Here's Gillingham. He's covered by Halliburton. Here's Castle. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now here's Williams. Down low. Pass to Kuminga. Halliburton outside. 6 on the shot clock. And 3 off the mark. The Timberwolves with a quick start to this game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And tonight, I expect them to play better offensively, try to get some closer looks.
And finish off by Wagner.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Now, here's Sengun. In the game against Orlando, very impressive.
Defense puts Sengun to the test inside, but he stays cool and gets the shot to fall.
Here's Castle. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. The three. Here's Wagner. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Outside, Kuminga. Screen by Sengun. Halliburton for 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 5. To the middle. Here's Eason. The shot misses. Williams with the defensive effort. Halliburton for 3. It's good from long range.
Quick thinking by Halliburton, sensing the separation immediately and pulling up with confidence.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Pass to Wagner. Here's Dillingham. Driving in. The Timberwolves have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 3. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
Goes back up, and it's blocked by Şengün.
A little attitude on that swat. Şengün making his presence felt.
Here's Castle, guarded by Green. Wagner as screen on Green. Pocket 2. Here's Castle. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Castle's got 5. Rockets trail by 5. Pass to Şengün. And here's Halliburton. Şengün with the screen for Halliburton. Kept alive. Tries again. And the layup. Good by Şengün. Şengün's got his second bucket of the night.
Paying attention out there. Şengün able to insert himself and save that play.
Pass to Castle. Here's Dillingham. Wagner as screen on Halliburton. Now Wagner. Şengün covering. And it's Wagner missing.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Halliburton passes to Şengün. To the paint. And Şengün throws it down.
Set him up, and Şengün executed the pick and roll to perfection.
Wagner outside. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Castle, guarded by Green. Wagner against Şengün. Here's Castle. His 3-pointers off the mark. Rockets have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team.
And checking out some numbers for Şengün. He's coming off an excellent season. Last year averaged 17 points a game. 9 rebounds, then 4 assists. And what a force he is on the glass. Just inhales rebounds.
And he can go around his opponent, over his opponent, through his opponent. A true triple threat.
And now we get a chance to check out Tyrese Halliburton, coming off a terrific season and ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor. Absolute magician with the basketball. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Castle. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
And here's Halliburton. Pass to Williams. Lets the three fly. And Halliburton with the basket on the assist by Williams. Halliburton's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Houston. Wagner outside. Here's Castle. The three ball. Buries it from three-point range. Castle's got 10.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now, here is Halliburton. Talking about that win against the Magic, he was definitely a major factor as well.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
And Minnesota has possession. The Rockets making the shot. Wagner as screen on Green. Here's Castle. From outside, off the mark. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Houston. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand. His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
To the right side. Kuminga against McDaniel. Nice defense from Kuminga.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Now, here's Halliburton. He's guarded closely.
So valuable to this team. Halliburton gives them whatever they need when they need it. This guy is both patient and prolific.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Yep, that one goes.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Watson. From deep. It's hauled in by Hawkins. The Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. That's a 2 from Hield. It's rebounded by Tyrese Halliburton. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
A bona fide playmaker. Halliburton makes his teammates better.
Outside, George. Out to the wing. Achua finds Hield. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George sets a screen for Hield. For 3. The Rockets pull it in.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Pass to Halliburton. Now, here's Watson, defended by George. Oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Rockets have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. The first free throw is good. Good on both.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now Hawkins hasn't made one yet. Takes a step back. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Richard with Buddy Hield, we're talking about one of the best shooters in the NBA.
No question, he is a marksman. He's going to have to be a mercenary, though. He is the type of an outside threat that every team needs. I don't care what the offensive system is, Buddy Hield will find a way to score.
Free throw drops for Hield.
Known as a volume three-point shooter, Hield is effective both as a starter as well as coming off the bench.
Both free throws good from Hield.
Guys like Buddy Hield, knockdown shooters, they are in high demand around the league.
That's tipped. 1:10 left here in the first quarter.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
There's the screen. There's the three. It's hauled in by Achua.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Now here's Hield. He's covered by Watson. Hield kicks to Achua. Pass to Hawkins. Fires the three. No good there. And it's Watson with the ball for the Rockets. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Puts up a three. It doesn't go for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Hoping to continue that success from the line throughout this one.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Castle is out there with Hawkins. Then there's Achua. Then it's Tari Eason.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. Here's Green after the basket by Minnesota. Pass to Watson. They kick it out to Green. Traps in the tray. And the Rockets lead by 3.
For Jalen Green to be an all-star level guy, he's got to knock down those threes.
Now Hawkins. They set the pick. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Halliburton's checked in. Minnesota also with the sub. Dillingham's checked in. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here, and stolen by Watson. Green deciding where to go with it. Watson dishes to Kuminga. Back to Watson. Misses the three. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Eason. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Eason's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Watson. In the corner, Şengün with it. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Şengün's got 11 points.
Showing his confidence. Şengün taking the shot the moment he has the ball.
Here's Castle. Over Green. Castle misses.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
To the inside. Here's Şengün. Rebound, Minnesota. Achua's got 4 rebounds in this game. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Houston leading by 3. Kuminga the pass to Green. Şengün with the ball. 11 points in the game. Here's Eason. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside, Kuminga. From deep, Green. Up again. And Şengün is right there. 13 points in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Grant Williams is checked in for the Rockets. Wagner's checked in for the Timberwolves. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Halliburton kicks to Green. Pass to Şengün. Launches it. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Here's Castle, guarded by Green. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
McDaniels, he's checked in for Tari Eason. Now, here's Şengün. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Count it, good.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Pass to Castle. Wagner as screen on Green. To the paint. And that one's good, Wagner. Wagner's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The kick out to Williams. And it's off from 3-point range. Timberwolves trail by 6. Down low. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Outside, Green. And Kuminga throws it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to McDaniels. Wagner with a screen for McDaniel. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Here's Dillingham, defended by Kuminga. Here's Wagner. Pass basket counts. Wagner's got 8 points.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Halliburton outside. At the elbow, it's Şengün. Shoots over Wagner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Şengün's fun to watch on the block. Drop steps, spin moves, up and unders. This man will put on a clinic down low.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Timberwolves gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. And he sinks the second. Rockets leading by 5. Halliburton up top. 8 points for him. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He can do it all on the court. Şengün putting together one heck of a performance.
Pass to Castle. There's the pick. Fires the 3. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Halliburton kicks to Williams. Kuminga with it. McDaniels defending. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in. But he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
George is checked in for the Timberwolves. Buddy Hield comes in for Castle. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's McDaniels. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Good, nice job down low. Now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Pass to Şengün. Fades away. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got 4 assists now tonight. McDaniels with the ball. Dillingham setting the screen for McDaniel. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good. Hawkins checked in for Minnesota. And McDaniels drops them both. Now, here is Halliburton. 8 points for him. Right wing. Outside Williams. Shoots the 3. No good on that one. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Hield attacking. That ties the game.
It's not really Buddy's preferred area, but good on him for not overlooking that mid-range opportunity.
Outside Williams. Back to Halliburton. Williams kicks to Halliburton. They kick it out to Green. 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Şengün. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Minnesota shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Timberwolves passing it around. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Friday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Orlando Magic.
And for that game against Chicago, that one's going to be the 7th game of the season, almost a full 10th of the season played after that one.
Hawkins against Halliburton. Hawkins passes to George. Hield from outside. Unable to get that one.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Halliburton. With the shot. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Hawkins kicks to Heel. Driving inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In second, the Rockets.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Peyton Watson, he's checked in for Halliburton. Both free throws good from Heel. Rocket shooting 45% in quarter number 2. Pass to Cada. To stop the drought. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. McDaniels passes to Hawkins. 1:56 left to play here in the second quarter. Heel kicks to Hawkins. Goes up on the wing. That one goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Pass to Watson. To the middle. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Yeah, to keep it simple, Matt, good decision to use the bounce pass just to get it there.
Now Hawkins. Can't connect from short range. Rockets shooting well. They're at 45%. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. There's a good screen. Inside. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, the big fella throwing it down hard.
Outside, George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
The Timberwolves have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far. That free throw good from George. Achua, he's checked in for Minnesota. Tari Eason comes in for McDaniels. Kicks it out to Hawkins. Pass to George. Healed outside. Lets it go with a 3. Over to the wing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Eason. Here's Hawkins. Buries the long-range jumper. Hawkins has got 5 points in the quarter.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Fires for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
I like how they've been hitting the boards, man. Playing real hard. That's great sign for the second half.
Yeah, but the score is close. And if they want to pull...
Okay, time to... And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Alperen Şengün has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
Rockets trail by 4. We've got Alperen Şengün, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Grant Williams. Then it's Halliburton, and it's Green in at the 2-guard position. They're the group for Nate McMillan starting the second half.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
To the paint. The fadeaway. Nice touch on the bank shot. Castle's got 21. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Pass to Şengün. Now here's Green. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Eason with it. Here's Castle. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Kuminga heading to the hoop. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
He's off on the second.
I know he's kicking himself for not snatching the lead. But look, he tied things up.
Eason's shot is good.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
I agree with this. Try to jump on him, dictate the tempo, and seize the moment.
Now here's Williams. Here's Halliburton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Good season for him last year. He was around 21 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. But to have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to.
Now here's McDaniels. 7 points in the game. Wagner as screen on Green. Here's Castle. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Jalen Green. The Timberwolves made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game. He hits both from the stripe. Rockets trail. Halliburton passes to Şengün. Kuminga kicks to Halliburton. Sinks the triple. Halliburton's got 13 points.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Pass to Eason. McDaniels in the post. Defended by Kuminga. The shot by McDaniels, no good. Rockets have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Green inside the 3-point line. They grabbed their own miss. Şengün with the bucket.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half, coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Halliburton. Dillingham, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
So it's the Timberwolves now after the Rockets pick up 3. The Timberwolves working the ball around. Here's Castle, guarded by Green. Here's Wagner, and finished off by Wagner.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And so it's Houston with it after the basket by Minnesota. 6 to shoot. There's Kuminga. And the call on the shot, it sends him to the line. It's on Jaden McDaniels. So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line. First one falls for him. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Both free throws good from Kuminga. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Eason. Off target from outside. Here's Kuminga. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And that one misses. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Pass to Eason. Here's Castle. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Şengün with the screen for Green. And here is Şengün. Eason grabs the board. Eason's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Alperen Şengün continues to prove himself, RJ, as one of the game's most promising big men.
A lot of it is because of his passing ability, Kevin. Shades of Nikola Jokic out there. Having a big man who can distribute like Şengün is a real luxury.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And here's Halliburton, 13 points in the game. High post, Şengün. A fader. Minnesota with the rebound. Eason's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the left side wing. Here's Castle. He's guarded by Williams. Fades and shoots. Another miss by Minnesota.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Outside, Kuminga. The Rockets with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's Castle. He's got 25. And it's blocked by Şengün. Here's Kuminga. That's good. And it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got his 7th assist here tonight. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Castle. Good. Castle's got 8 points in the quarter. Here's Halliburton. 13 points in the game. to Şengün. Outside, Kuminga. Here's Green, and it's Green slamming it down.
If that doesn't belong in the dunk contest, then I don't know what. That is an impressive finish there by Green.
Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Halliburton. Dillingham, no good. Rockets leading by 6. Williams looking over the floor. Şengün with the screen for Green. Down low. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, Şengün is a big man that is hard to handle.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
The first one falls. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Timberwolves trail by 7. Pass to Hield. For the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Hield's got 9 points.
Comes right off the pick and knocks it down. Great use of the screen by Hield.
Now Watson, defended by George. Halliburton outside. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 3 assists in the game. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. And stolen by Şengün. To the inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the NBA has split its draft into 2 days. The league's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, says rosters have expanded and you're seeing a larger influx of talent, a lot of times from the second round. This format will do justice to those slept-on players. Kevin?
Yeah, good stuff, DA. Some Hall of Famers from that second round, for sure. Timberwolves trail by 9. Hawkins passes to Hield. To the middle. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
The playmaking of Hield, it's really improved over the years.
Pass to Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. From 17 feet out, it's hauled in by George.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
To the inside, knocked away. Watson surveying the D. Down low. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. From the arc. Connects from three-point range. And the Rockets lead by 7.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Now here's Hield. 9 points in the game so far. Puts up a 3. The shot, no good. Rockets leading by 7. Shoots. Hits the jumper in space. He's got 5.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan. George
looking over the floor. Over Watson. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
In the corner, George with it. Pass to Hield. Fires away from way outside. Headshot off.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
30 seconds left to play in the third. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
And he knocks down the first one. Wagner's checked in for Achua. Second free throw, no good. Rockets leading by 8. Launches a 3, cranes it from beyond the arc.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Minnesota, Hawkins is out there with Castle. Then there's McDaniels. Then there's Mo Wagner. And it's Easton in at the power forward. Pass to Williams. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniels. Houston making a switch here. Halliburton's checked in. Kuminga finds Halliburton. Lock at 6. Williams sets a screen for Green. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You can tell Green is fearless on the floor, going right into the defender with his shot.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Castle. Shoots a fader, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Castle's got 29.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Inside. Here's Kuminga. He can't get that one. Nice defense from Wagner. Pass to Castle. Kicks it out to Hawkins. Here's Castle. He's covered by Watson. Now Eason. 6 to shoot. Green against Hawkins. Over Green. Back to Eason. Here's Castle. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Hawkins. Wagner has screen on Green. The offensive rebound. There's a screen. Here's McDaniels, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor. Out to the right wing. Watson, that's for 2. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. And the Rockets lead by 10. For Minnesota, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Pass to Castle. To the paint. Second shot good.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Rockets leading by 8. Now Halliburton. The 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Wagner's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
Green passes to Halliburton. Houston moving the ball around. Williams kicks to Kuminga. Halliburton with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And this is an advantage of having size in the backcourt. Halliburton using that length to cause trouble.
That's good from Halliburton. Şengün's checked in for the Rockets. Minnesota also making some changes. Achua, he's checked in for Wagner. And Dillingham subbed in for Hawkins.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Achua with it. Şengün's there. And it's blocked by Şengün. Green dishes to Williams. Pass to Şengün. Takes the 3. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Şengün. Şengün's got 4 assists now tonight. Eason with it. Here's Castle from outside the arc, and the 3 ball is good. Castle's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Şengün with the ball. Achua's on him. Şengün no good. Timberwolves trail by 10. Pass to Castle. Over Green. Castle misses. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And it's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Şengün passes to Green. Halliburton kicks to Green. Eason against Green. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Pass to Castle. No good on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Kicked away. Kuminga against Eason. Here's Castle. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Castle's got 34.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside, Kuminga. Halliburton outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Dillingham. Halliburton, that's good. Halliburton's got 4 this quarter.
And I'll give this to Halliburton. He's been in attack mode all night.
Eason against Williams. Pass to Achua. Over Şengün. Achua, no good. Rockets leading by 10. Inside, here's Williams. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Halliburton. Here's Castle. Makes it off the glass. Castle's got 17 points here in the second half.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
Halliburton outside. Puts up a deep 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Now, here's McDaniels. Pass to Castle. A three-pointer off the mark. For Houston, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. We're of 9. Halliburton passes to Williams. Right side, Kuminga. Şengün with a wide-open look. A three-pointer, no good.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
Pass to Dillingham. Now Eason. And here is Achua. Here's Castle. And the lead is down inside single digits. Castle's got 39.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Bounce pass, Halliburton. Şengün with a screen on McDaniel. Kuminga down low. Working on McDaniels. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Timberwolves making a change here. Ogner's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 7. Now Dillingham. Here's Castle. Back to Eason. Dillingham with it. Over Halliburton. Dillingham, no good. And here's Kuminga. They'll bring it up for Houston. Pass to Halliburton. Over Dillingham. The Rockets again can't hit. The Timberwolves shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. And here is McDaniel. Defended by Kuminga. Ogner with a screen for McDaniel. Ogner with it. Here's Eason. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Stolen by McDaniels. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Halliburton. Dillingham with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Timeout called. Rockets. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet. Are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now, here is Halliburton. They can use a bucket. A three-pointer is right on target. Halliburton's got 15 points here in the second half. Here's Castle, guarded by Green. From past the arc, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Castle's got 42 in the game.
And really, just when the fans were starting to get into this game, how about the silencer at the other end for a potential game-saving 3?
The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
You love the relentlessness. Wasn't going to give up a chance for a big play.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
And here's Halliburton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And how about the commitment there from Halliburton, sticking with it and getting himself to the line.
Hawkins checked in for the Timberwolves. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Tight game. He is exactly who you wanted at the line.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Castle. That one drops for him. Castle's got 44.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
And guys, there's just an air about Halliburton. He has such belief in his abilities, and eventually others start to believe.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jalen Green. So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a one-possession game.
Kuminga, no good. Timberwolves shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. It's stolen by Green. Şengün finds Williams. Off target from three-point range. McDaniels against Green. Now here's McDaniels. He's guarded closer. Back to Eason. Pass to Hawkins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McDaniels. Rebound by Williams.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Teardrop shot. Good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Here's Hawkins. Gets the 3 to fall.
And what were they thinking, leaving 3 guys, like 3 open on the perimeter? They got what they asked for.
Timeout called. Rockets. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotion.